I'm a big fan of Barry Goldwater, who he primarily you'd call him a libertarian, but he still believed in having taxes. Unlike most libertarians are saying taxation is theft, and they have a stroke.
Okay, I get you. Yeah,
I disagree with that.
The same. Well,
the founding fathers believed in taxes.
Taxation is theft, but
I mean,
we're live now.
I understand some taxation is theft. I'm not arguing that. And some of it is gone way overboard. I'm not arguing that. My whole point is we have to have some taxes, because how else are the armed forces going to get paid to protect our country? Because they're doing that. They need to get paid.
I will argue on your fucking chat that taxes are theft, and that it's theft by force of government, by the barrel of a gun. So if you don't comply with the tax, I got a whole argument lined up.
Well, I don't disagree, man.
I'm not going to argue with you. That's the whole point.
We need some shit. So, like, the government's basically the mafia. The mafia used to run around and get protection money for not, like, burning down your business. That's what the government does. They collect protection money so that they don't put you in prison. That's what taxes are.
Where's the Crip Nip?
I'm here.
Dick Hammerbush.
Where are you in the fucking game?
Yeah, we're already ready to go.
Oh, shit. Damn. I got so sidetracked, and I...
For those still listening to this shit show, this is the Roro Show, or whatever this can be called. Fucking shooting right of center.
Shit, we're live?
Marshall.
We're live already.
Yes, I was at the StreamYard menu, and I was like, oh, shit. So,
how long has that been going on for?
About 10 seconds.
No, we've been live since Night Strike said he was a Goldwater Republican.
Pretty much, yes. That's true.
Wow, okay. Well, there we go.
Well, I mean, from a libertarian point of view, right? Taxation is theft.
Not to get live, sorry.
Taxation is theft in the fact that it's backed by the force of government, the initiation of force by the government against you to make you pay the fucking taxes. So if you don't pay the taxes, they'll send you a nice letter saying, hey, you didn't pay your taxes. You ignore the letter, they'll send a nice guy by your house to knock on your door and tell you to pay your taxes. You ignore him, they're going to send some people with guns. If you fight against them, they're going to kill you. So basically, it's threat of life or pay taxes. That's what it's down to. So when they pay a tax, and the other part of it is that people like who believe in like taxing everybody for everything, basically believe that people are pieces of shit, and you can't trust them to like give to a worthy cause. So you have to take that money by force by the fucking government to pay for it. Like,
not to disagree with you, but people are pieces of shit, and they won't fucking pay for shit if they don't have to.
Right.
I like how y'all were bitching at me because I wouldn't play the game, but then I've been sitting here at the host game menu. There we go.
There we go.
For those listening, they're playing some sort of fucking StarCraft bullshit. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's Star Wars. We're playing Star Wars.
Star Wars. Star Wars. Yes.
But
there we go.
I've been sitting here in fucking quarantine now for like a week and getting bored, so I figured out how to live stream. So.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Congrats.
I did. I've done like 3 of those in the last 2 days because of the same reason.
Yeah. So have you heard that the National Guard is like getting told that they're mobilizing?
Yes, sir. And if
Yeah,
you
I
listened to
heard
the
about
Gay Frog chat this last Sunday, you would know that was always part of the plan. And in fact, the blue hats are coming. The blue hats are coming.
I like the blue hats. They're nice and pretty looking.
You're me shooting blue helmets soon.
They're coming to take us away. They're coming to take us away.
When I was a kid, I grew up hearing my fucking grandfather talk about shooting people in blue helmets in like the early 90s. So to me, like hearing about you say that now is just like giving me flashbacks and shit.
Oh shit. Flashbacks to Nam.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know, man. You weren't there. You ever kill babies, man?
Yeah.
Wow, that went downhill fast.
Chat killer.
But actually, I have something to respond to you, Honda, if it's okay with Roro.
No, it's not okay with Roro.
Sure, yell at Honda.
According to Roro, what Honda says goes, and no one can argue. This is his chat. How dare you question
We are in a relatively Honda-free zone. I should fucking pull up fucking comments to this shit.
I get what you're saying about taxes, but you do realize that our founding fathers founded this country on no taxation without representation. We are being represented, so there are a lot of taxes.
Yes.
Are we?
Ooh.
I would argue that the current level of representation within our federal government, as a person, as an individual living within the jurisdiction of said government, is at an all-time low. Prove me wrong.
I don't have to.
Well, that's a funny thing about the government. They really don't care what you think.
That's unfortunately the point. No. As I said earlier, I'm not going to argue with you. If you want an argument, go for it.
You're on a chat where, like, I just presented an argument.
And I reject your reality. It's argue against my own.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I made my point.
I want you to say that your point is wrong and that we are correct, even though we have not given any reason to think otherwise.
Yeah. See, that's not how arguments work.
Over here already.
What's up?
We have people over here?
No, I didn't realize that this duck thing like took your YouTube comments and put them up here. I was seeing the Juice saying stuff, and I thought that was Cripple Nipple or somebody.
No, I mean, like the duck will do that, but it skips a whole lot of comments, dude.
Oh no, I'm not the Cripple Nipple on here. That's my offline alias. My online alias is Dick Hammerbush.
Like what you want to do is go to the YouTube, like the actual stream, and then do the pop out chat, and then close that window so you just have the chat. You know what I mean?
Pop out chat. I don't know how do you do that?
At the top right corner above the chat, there's like a couple of different buttons. Should be right there.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then that lets you keep an eye on the chat without having to like download yourself and your audio and your video as you're streaming your audio and video, and then can fuck your shit up. Like then you can just watch the chat. Nice little tip. Because like the duck fucking, it's nice, but it kind of sucks. I don't know why they don't display all of the comments when you're on the duck, but it just doesn't for whatever reason.
The guy on my game said duty.
So we're supposed to be doing bong hits according to Juice, I think.
You know, for a guy who lives in Colorado, I ironically don't even own a bong.
I don't own one either. Been smoking the fucking pipe.
I don't particularly like bongs.
I don't do marijuana. It's illegal.
Cumbersome.
I think it's a
dirty, and potentially messy. Like, what if you kick it over? And you spill bong water on your carpet.
You got bong stank all over your house for a week.
Longer than that, man. It never goes away.
The one time I almost got busted by the police for marijuana was because of a bong.
Police.
The Podam lease.
See, Cripple Nipple's almost a police officer.
Almost.
How am I almost?
Because all you do is like scare away kids fucking in the woods.
90% of police officers' job. That and telling people you realize you're going 8 over.
Yeah. I like it when they're like, do you know how fast you were going? And you're like, I don't know. How fast did you record me going?
I was going to say 5 miles over the speed limit.
No, sir. You were going a little faster than that.
Oh, shit.
I got you going as fast as I want to say you're going, as fast as however I want to write the ticket for. That's how fast you're going. Because who's going to argue with me?
Well, depends on who you are, I guess. I've argued with a cop over a fucking like citation before it was a misdemeanor, so you know.
How'd that go over?
Good. I got out of it.
Oh, well, all right then.
Yeah, I'm very convincing, believe it or not. So, how's quarantine for y'all?
I don't know. I went to the grocery store the other day, or twice today.
It's been kind of scary for me, man, because I lost my job and all.
Yeah.
Don't really know.
If you're a shiftless bum like me, then you wouldn't have to worry about that.
I mean, ideally, that's the plan, but
A welfare peasant?
No.
Oh.
I mean, until I get kids
Need
growing
money or
up and
anything.
stuff. Once they're out of the house, then I can be a bum all I want.
That's true. See, I always forget you people have children and shit. Like,
I don't have children, so
What do you mean, you
And-
people?
you fucking
people,
you fucking straight people.
you Caucasians
wow.
from the Isle of the Caucasus.
I was
can say
thinking about
that
it,
because I'm
how
brown.
many kids would you have if every time you potentially could have had a kid and not known about it? How many potential illegitimate children are there out there?
For me,
Yeah.
0.
Well, that makes more sense than, yeah.
I mean, I don't fuck with people that I'm not. Well, okay, I don't fuck with women that I'm not seriously interested in, and even then, I'm paranoid about getting some chick pregnant. So it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's a scary thought, isn't it?
When you really don't like kids, yeah.
I would probably like my kids, just not other people's kids.
What's that? I might feel the
booger-headed game on your phone asking little shits. I was walking up to you going, "You ain't games on your phone?" No, go find your mother.
My kids are fucking cool, man. I don't know about other people's kids.
Well, that's the thing. You can beat your kids. You can't beat other people's kids.
No, that's a myth.
You can beat most kids as long as you don't get caught doing it on camera. There's a thumbs up that went with that, but I'd have the camera off now.
Dude, Night Strike's killing me at this game right now.
Wanamaker's canceled. Nothing like walking around at 8 a.m. smelling people who haven't showered in weeks and travel state to state. Yeah.
Sounds like my job.
I've never been at Wanamaker where I didn't get sick except this last time. That's just because I was hired and shit the whole time I was there, so I probably didn't notice.
I've always wanted to, since I've heard about Wanamaker a year ago, I wanted to go.
It's fun. I don't know if I would drive across states to go see it, but it's literally a quarter of a mile from my house, so.
I don't like this. Night Strike's cheating.
So what you doing?
Yeah. Night
You
Strike's
like my new Avatar Honda?
Hold on, I'm just gonna quit the game because I lost and you won, and you can scream into the microphone and do the Night Strike mating call or whatever, you're gonna do.
Hey, he ain't even run into me yet, so
I haven't run into him yet, so I'm kind of scared.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if the Night Strike mates again.
I'm just over here in my little corner building my army.
Cripple nipples out there, hiding in the bushes.
I'm the big dick in the locker
Now,
room.
my question is, Roro, would that breathing apparatus protect you from the coronavirus?
Yeah, it's P100.
For how long? How long would that work for? You had to go off into the wilderness, into the
I don't know. I use it for fucking work, and I've never replaced the fucking filters, and it still works. So, it's P100s are, as long as you can breathe through them, it's working.
Okay.
So,
it'd suck if you were in a coronavirus thick area and sure it worked for a while, right? And, became saturated with coronaviruses, virusi. And then you get back home and you're completely fine because you wore the thing the whole time. And then you take off the mask and then a little bit of dust comes off the mask as you do because it's just caked with it.
yeah.
And then you get sick. So you wore the mask the whole time for nothing.
So, one gun for the pandemic. What are you going to have?
Canik TP9SF.
Not a bad choice.
I mean, cheaper than a Glock. Plus, I have one, so that helps.
Yeah. I think I would have my 1911 because it's a superior firearm.
I think I'd go pump shotgun, obviously.
I'm going AR-15.
Maybe the AR-15 too.
Actually, if rifle, I would say my 22-250.
I just like to know that when I pull the trigger on that dude looting my toilet paper, he's going to hit the ground like a sack of shit. So the shotgun does that.
You should see what a 22-250 does to somebody.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's fucking grenades inside of somebody because it's one of those little super fucking fast projectiles.
It's a 55-grain bullet that does about 4,000 feet per second.
Yeah, dude, if you like kill someone in your house these days, it's like you must really want them dead because think of the amount of toilet paper that it's going to take to like clean up the mess.
Yeah, no shit.
Like outside, it doesn't matter because you don't clean that up. But like
I thought I had a box of 20.
In the hallway on the carpet, come on, man. You're bleeding
not
here.
on the carpet.
Not on the carpet, please.
I've got a box of like fucking crack house ammo that my great uncle's daughter gave me. I don't know what that makes her to me. Like great niece, great aunt, something. I don't know. Anyway, cousin.
Is she marryable?
Cousin, son.
No, she's not. And she's fucking old as shit anyway. Anyway, she gave me this like box of ammo she found her dad's like crack house of an office that he fucking had. And it's like 12 boxes of 12 gauge and some odds and ends. And it's like the sort of shit I would expect to find in The Walking Dead. It cracks me up.
Yeah, I've got like piecing together reloading equipment. I ordered, and I don't know where the person got it from. They must have got it from like some old guy who passed on or whatever, and they just bought like a lot of his stuff and they were just selling it all on eBay. Yeah. But they had like a Lee die that came in the original box that looked like it was from like 1960, and like the literature in it and everything. And like the thing was, like the die was perfect. Like there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But it just like the little pamphlet that came with it that showed you how to reload, you could just tell it was like super old. It's kind of cool.
That is cool. I want to get like a couple of loaders, but like I don't know exactly what I'm gonna get. But I want to be able to reload 32 Smith & Wesson Long and 327 Federal Magnum.
Well, I mean, what you'd want to do is just get yourself a cheap single stage press would be the cheapest way to do it, right? Because like you're not trying to like mass produce ammo. You're just trying to like, in case I need some more, right?
Yeah.
So just get like a Lee single stage press, and then you'll need a die set for it.
Oh,
so it's like a sizing die. It's like a sizing die for the shell to go through, which like resizes it. And then there's like a loader stuffer, and then there's usually a crimper. So it's like a three-stage process.
I know for a fact I can get a free press. I might be able to get some free other shit too. I don't know what else is still there, but like my grandfather's garage is still full of reloading equipment and shit.
What caliber? 32 auto?
32 Smith & Wesson Long and 327 Federal Magnum. Like I like both those calibers, and I want to be able to load them because they're expensive. I'm not really a reloader. Like I don't see the point on most things.
So a Lee Precision 3-piece die set, carbide. It's got everything you need for like the die set. Is about $40.
Yeah.
So $40, and then you got to buy like the fucking press itself. I mean, you'd need some powder, primers, bullets, all that shit.
I can get all that. Like I know enough places here in town that I could buy that shit. Even if they're sold out everywhere, I can still find shit. So.
And then the other thing that you would need would be like a little scale, like a digital scale.
I've got a food scale. Do you need something more accurate than that?
You need something that measures down to the grain, like pretty goddamn. Yeah. And like that's what you measure in, not in grams or ounces or anything else. It's in grains. And most of those digital scales have that as an option. So you can usually get one of those just like cheapo $10 scales. So $40 for that, $10 for the scale, powder, primer, bullets.
I'm gonna load like crazy fucking 32 Smith & Wesson long loads.
How Roro blew his hand off.
Yeah. It'll work for 6 shots.
Well, like a 32 Smith & Wesson long, if it's like 38 special anyway.
Okay, how am I not freaking destroying the crap out of you right now?
Look what just came in behind you.
I know, a swarm of blueberries. I'm like, okay. But I have a big penis-shaped ship.
You have a dreadnought from like 1,000 years ago. That's why.
Excuse me.
Okay, and it's still
gaming.
killing shit though. So
Yeah.
it's always good to repurpose stuff, don't you know?
Well, Honda. See, if 327 Federal Magnum is like 357, then like 32 Smith & Wesson long would be its equivalent 38 Special. Basically, it's as close as you're going to get.
Right, and what I was going to say is with 38 Special, and I'm not positive about this with 32 Smith & Wesson long, but if it's like 38 Special, there's a pretty big gap between the minimum amount of powder and the maximum amount of powder.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of measure it like right in the middle. And if you're not super worried about like shooting tight groups with your pistol, just fucking, as long as you're within like a grain or two on either side, like it doesn't really matter, I mean, like ideally you would want it perfectly measured every time, but yeah, like it's not necessary. I proved that.
So the Juice hates dong. Is that what you said? Like the shop or like the dick?
Look how my game is playing like a potato right now.
I'm going to go ahead and close out of that. I'm done playing games for tonight. My head hurts from all that shit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I started fucking doing the chat, because I was like done with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Especially playing all the people that are playing right now. It's like everyone we got matched with was like 100 times better than we were for no apparent reason. I think it's internet connection or something.
Dude, I've been like reeling from all this shit the last couple of days, Like I went from like arguing that this was going to be a big deal and everyone being like, fuck you, you're wrong. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people being like that, to like, hey, I was right. Like, see, look, I lost my job. And then what happened with G-Webs and all that shit, that pissed me the fuck off. And then it was like the reality of the situation hit in after I had all my paperwork in and, everything I could do. Now I'm just sitting here waiting,
The reality of this situation is that our world is going to be forever changed from this shit. Nothing is ever going to be like it was before this.
You're right. It's going to be much worse, isn't it?
Yep. I don't know exactly what's going down, but like anytime anything like this happens, we lose a little bit of freedom. And this is like the worst of this shit I've ever seen.
You ever heard of the Hegelian dialectic?
It sounds familiar, but what is it?
It's a way to get something out of people that they don't want.
Yeah. You get them afraid.
You give them a problem that
I'm dead.
induces a reaction, and then when they come crying to you for help because of this huge problem, be it contrived or real, then you offer the solution. And the solution is usually something that the people wouldn't, under any normal circumstance, accept. However, in the extreme circumstances of whatever problem there is, they would. So, Hegelian dialectic. So it's that whole thing of never let a good crisis go to waste. I forget who said that, but
yeah. So the Juice does not like Dongs the Shop. I didn't like Dongs the Shop for years and years and years. And then they got a new guy in there after the last fuck died of a heart attack or something. And I got kind of chummy with him, and now they treat me halfway decent. And they sell the fucking ammo I want, so I usually go there.
So I was going to save this for my chat, but since we're on your chat, I will throw this out. This is something that I wrote down that I was thinking about, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it. It's almost biblical. 40 days and 40 nights. Let the angel of death sweep over us all.
That's not very nice.
What is this? Huh?
Just something I was thinking about the other day. It's 40 days and 40 nights, man. We're all fucking stuck inside. the angel of death is sweeping over the nation, fucking killing.
Like
you put the fucking sheep's blood on your door, and the angel passes over you. It's Passover.
The thing that pisses me off about this whole thing is that everyone is freaking out about this shit, and really only like 10% of the population needs to really freak out about this shit, in my opinion. Like
right now.
Well, no, I mean, like,
but here's the thing about this.
Could this mutate and be something that's killing younger people? Yeah. But for right now, if you are relatively healthy, you should continue life as normal so you don't destroy our economy and the fucking country. And so, like, they're trying to curb the fucking disease and shit, and I get that, and that's great, but I would rather kill fucking old people and still have an economy.
So I was watching this thing from this, he's a bioengineer, fucking works on this kind of stuff, yada, 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 who was independently on his own time looking at the coronavirus itself, right? From like the data that was released, they basically published the genome to the world to see if anyone could figure out like a way to like help out, right? Just for everybody. So he was just looking at it in his spare time. And he identified 2 different markers that were direct copies, like a copy paste of 2 different diseases that weren't coronavirus. The first one was hepatitis A. So there's a little piece of hepatitis A DNA spliced into the coronavirus DNA. And then the other part of it is AIDS. Yes, AIDS.
Yeah.
Why? Because the coronavirus that they were experimenting with was only transmittable by bats, and it needed like that human, I forget he goes into all the technical details, but suffice to say, unless it's like communicable by 2 humans, it won't be, a problem. So they made it using AIDS to do that.
Yeah.
So there's both AIDS and hepatitis in corona. And it's highly, highly mutatable, right? Because like when a cell divides, it has this little thing that goes over the DNA and like spell checks it and makes sure that everything copied correctly. When they're making all kinds of new viruses, when it's inside of a cell and they're mass producing viruses before that cell explodes and releases thousands of viruses into your bloodstream, which is how a virus works, it's mass producing them like crazy. There's no spell check. So there's all kinds of them that have all kinds of fucked up like spelling and errors in the code and stuff, and that don't come out exactly the same. Most of those that have the spelling error will have either a defect, like they won't work correctly, and so they'll just die off, in which case it's like just nonsense, or they'll have some sort of code that changes something. If it changes something, it can make it more benign, more like less acute when you have it. Or it could make it more acute, or it could change the duration, or all kinds of different things, just based upon little changes in the DNA.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of like, right now, there's as much fucking misinformation as there is information out there, so I just don't know what to fucking believe about it. And when it comes to viruses and shit, I've had classes on virology, and most of the fucking time, with a virus, it is what it is. It's either going to kill you or it's not. And if it spreads quick, then there's nothing we can really do about it.
Well, and the thing about it is the changes tend to be benign, because the ones that make it like super deadly end up killing people, and the virus stops spreading.
Look at like Ebola. The reason Ebola has never hit the U.S. is because it's so deadly and so fucking causes so many symptoms that it's obvious that someone is sick well before they would have made it into the U.S.
Like, because they start shitting out their eye holes.
Exactly. Like, if you start fucking like bleeding out of your eyes and anus, people notice.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible. I saw
as someone that's like looked into fucking Ebola and shit, this doesn't seem that bad to me, and we're freaking the fuck out about it.
Have any of y'all ever had polio?
No.
Okay, then.
The last
I don't think it's bad.
Polio in the U.S. was in the like late 50s, early 60s.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I think I'd rather have this than polio.
Yeah, same here. Polio will fuck you up.
Yeah, make you have to live in a tube.
Well, you just have to sleep in one.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? They shut everything down. Like, we'll use Colorado as a microcosm because I know the numbers. There was 170-ish people who, the day they shut it down, were confirmed tested positive. They are shutting down the restaurants and bars for 8 weeks, right? So 7, 14, 20, 28, 35, 40, 49, 56 days, right?
Yeah.
56 days later, there's going to be significantly more people who have the virus, who've tested positive, who are potentially spreading it to other people. And at that point, they're going to be like, hey, we're open again, right? Or how is that going to go?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, see, that's part of my thing with this is like we've got all this quarantine shit now, and like, yeah, we need to slow down the transmission of the disease so that we don't get overwhelmed or whatever. But the way we're doing it at the moment, like, not enough people are fucking sick. You know what I mean? Like,
right, because you're shutting it. That was kind of one thing that I was thinking. Like, maybe they shut it down a little bit too early because you want to have you want the hospitals to be like filled to capacity.
Yep, treating people
and no more, right?
Yeah.
Like, so if there's empty beds in the hospitals, then there's not enough sick people. So you're wasting everyone's time by doing this.
I think they're worried that if they didn't do this, it would be a full collapse of the Western world within about 2 weeks of us being completely overwhelmed.
I doubt that.
No, and dude, like if we get to the point where there are people dying and they're being turned away from hospitals, all bets are off, man.
Yeah, that's true, man. Like if you're taking your mom to the hospital because she really needs help, and you get there and they're like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, that results in collapse.
That results in me grabbing a gun and holding it to somebody and being like, "Fucking help her."
It doesn't lead anywhere good, that's for sure.
No, it doesn't. It's a good thing I don't have a mom anymore. Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's what happened back in the 1800s when, like, they had like smallpox or typhoid epidemics.
Yeah, but in the 1800s, we're used to fucking people dying. People in the United States are soft as shit now, and they are not used to every other person dying that they know.
Well, not to mention in the 1800s, it was like your mom's sick and dying. It's like, what can you do?
Okay, what can you do?
Like, no one can do anything. Now there's like tons of things they can do.
Pray that she goes to heaven or something. You know,
right.
That's what they did.
You get a priest. Exactly.
Oh.
We're at a point where we have just enough medical technology to maybe do something about some shit, but not enough to do it for everybody. And that's going to cause issues.
What do you think about them already having a vaccine ready and testing for humans?
I think that makes me think that this was either a bunch of crap or that this was planned.
Or be careful, or they're rushing something and they might screw it up later. They're like, oh shit, that vaccine, we found out that like 10 years down the road, it gives you like butt AIDS or something.
I was going to say ass cancer, but yeah, same.
Yeah.
Regardless, I don't think I'm taking a vaccine. Are you?
Yeah, I'm not taking one. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not going to take one either.
Find out 10 years later, you freaking start blowing snot out your butt or something. Your butthole turns inside out on you.
Well, it makes sense why the AIDS fucking medication works on it now, though, huh?
Well, the AIDS medication works on it because the AIDS medication is a broad spectrum antiviral. AIDS medication works on lots of shit.
Well, yeah, but it also shares a few chromosomes with the AIDS virus, which people say, oh, it's part AIDS. Well, no, we also share a lot of chromosomes with monkeys, but we're not monkeys, so.
Well, I'm not part monkey, but you are, Cripple Nipple.
Well, the other part of that is
we saw that banana in your hand the other day.
There was that paper that was originally published saying that AIDS is inside of the coronavirus, right? That there's part of it that is AIDS. And it got retracted. Why did that get retracted? They say that the methodology was off.
They are lying to us every day. They already admitted that they said that masks don't work so that they could have enough masks for fucking hospitals because people were buying them up and they're like, don't buy masks. They don't do anything. And that was complete and utter horseshit. And they're spreading misinformation to suit their own ends. So who knows what this thing really is or what
we all need to do is we need to tune in every day on News Talk 820 and listen to our Lord and Savior, Rush Limbaugh. He'll know what to do.
Nah, I was thinking about listening to Alex Jones. He's been more right lately.
And on that, isn't that pretty sad when Alex Jones is more right than the actual news?
Yeah, well, Alex Jones has been right because he throws crazy shit at the wall and sees what sticks. And like here lately, pedophile cults and viruses have been falling out of the sky.
Well, I mean,
transdimensional psychic vampires,
gay frogs on spacesuits.
It's the globalists.
Globalist agenda.
I mean, speaking of gay frogs, I predicted down to almost the day when I would lose my job.
The Juice says Alex Jones is right about 70%. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, yeah,
what
but
he does is he goes on all these weird tangents and shit. It's hard to follow.
Yeah.
He interrupts
chemicals in the
everybody.
water making the freaking frogs gay.
He just interrupts everybody every time they try to say anything. So you're trying to say a thought on his show, and it just doesn't happen.
You know, y'all talk about how crazy he is, but have you ever listened to George Norrie?
He just lets anyone talk about whatever they want. He doesn't really have
Well, see, that's
spaceships hiding behind the moon.
whenever somebody's like Rogan is fucking into this, that, or the other thing, I'm like, Joe Rogan gets people on his show, gives them a bunch of booze and marijuana, and sees what happens. That doesn't really believe in anything.
That's how freaking Alex Jones should do his stuff. Just get drunk as shit and high and see what happens.
I heard he got a DUI.
Yeah, he was 0.08, dude. He was barely drunk.
That's like 2
It was
beers.
the globalist coming after me, damn it.
The government, he wasn't wearing his aluminum hat. They tracked him down.
I think Alex Jones could give a fuck about a fucking DUI, though.
Dude, he has enough money and lawyers. It's not even going to be a
Actually, that
Right,
probably helped him.
with all the other law fucking things that he's had to deal with, he's like,
Yeah.
DUI, you should send him. You should send Matt an invite to this, so when he gets off of Yankees chat, he can hop on the Shooting Right of Center podcast.
Yeah,
You know, that probably actually helped. That DUI helped him because, you know, what's that? No publicity or a bad publicity is still publicity. So that probably
probably
helped.
right.
When we turn on the Right of Center podcast, I'm going to turn on, as soon as it starts, I'm going to turn on my my camera. I'm going to have me with a aluminum hat with a little point to it, kind of like a metal dick.
I told Matt to join us. See if he does.
He might.
He might actually.
Hey, actually, that's the deal. When if Matt joins us, we should all have our 10 hats on.
I think I've got
It just be like, just stare at, just nobody say anything when Matt asks why we're not talking. Be like, the government can read your mind. We're not saying anything. Our minds are protected.
Dude,
we're
your
telepathically having the conversation.
Get your aluminum helmet on, and we'll have a conversation.
So I just turned on my phone and went to YouTube. It just went to YouTube, and it was like, experience YouTube in VR. There's a VR version of YouTube now?
Yeah, you put the VR helmet on, and whatever video you watch is in like a VR. So you turn your head, basically watch funny cat videos in virtual reality.
Hey Honda, we have 3 people watching us.
Oh wow!
Oh
That's
shit!
more than I thought we had.
Wow!
You got to start somewhere, and then the next time you do it, you're like, "Whoa, we got 7."
Are we even streaming on YouTube?
Yeah, we are.
Apparently.
Oh shit! We're big ballers now with 3 people. We're liable to
I
make
know.
freaking $3 off these people.
Oh no, I've been demonetized since like 2012.
I ain't got enough shit on my channel to even be demonetized about. Last thing I put on freaking.
Hey, even if you get monetized again, which I've gotten monetized again,
No,
guess what? It doesn't help.
AdSense killed.
Well, the last video I posted was like a freaking greatest noob tube ever on Battlefield 1.
You gotta get 1,000 subscribers and like over 4,000 hours of watch time. But the thing is, even if you get monetized,
your AdSense killed.
Basically, even if you do get remonetized, the problem is, every other video, if you do gun videos or even talk about the news, every other video gets demonetized. So it doesn't.
Oh
it
shit!
doesn't matter.
No bullshit. I'm gonna make money on YouTube. I ain't gonna do none of this. We're gun shit because I'm a second. No, I'm gonna be filming my ass eating damn cakes and shit and make $1 million.
Because of the shit that happened in 2012, I got like spammer attacked or something like that and lost my whole AdSense account. I don't make any money off fucking YouTube. Never have. And to be honest, I don't fucking need it and don't really care.
Hey, I know how to make that big baller money. I'm gonna get on here. I'm gonna start making damn makeup tutorials and shit. Make big money.
To be honest, I've been thinking about killing this channel and starting a new one with just the Klein Knives thing and doing knife videos and forgetting all the rest of the shit.
And demonetized.
I wouldn't. I mean, how hard is it to get remonetized? I guess
there's no way to possibly do it. The channel's been killed, basically.
So once they're like you're demonetized, it's like you're just dead. That's it. No more.
When they kill your AdSense account and say you can't have another one, yeah.
Why do they do that though?
Because I had a fucking spammer attack thing that gave me a bunch of fake fucking ad activity or something in 2012.
Wow.
It used to be a thing people did.
Yeah, dude, start a new channel. I mean, I started mine. I mean, I had mine forever, right? I've had mine since like 2010 or whatever, but I never really uploaded videos. And then like a year before I started uploading videos, I put like 3 videos out. So I wouldn't say I was uploading videos, but I just put a couple videos.
I hate to start over because I'm almost at 1 million views.
Well, I mean, if you can't be monetized, you can't be monetized. Yeah. Plus, I don't know, like all the people who subscribe to you were like people who actually watch you versus all of your subscribers, or not all of them, but
on your last video, just put on your last video that you post on there, just put I have moved to this account.
Yeah.
See you later.
Right. So anyone who did watch you on the old one will find you on the new one, and then you can continue to build. But I went from like 60 to I'm almost at 1,000 right now. I'm like just under 900.
I have 3.
It took me about 9 months. So
I have 3 subscribers.
I've got over 1,000.
Maybe if I was like more talented or whatever, it would happen quicker.
Just the big dick in the locker room.
Knife channels do well. Yeah, there's big knife channels I watch on YouTube that have millions of fucking followers and shit.
The only knife channel I watch are those knife channels that come on the TV, like at 3 a.m.
Well, dude, if you watch something like Alex Steele or
Forged in Steel,
Jason Knight, like they're making shit and like showing it on video and stuff. That's kind of cool.
Have you ever thought about going on one of those Forged in Steel knife making competitions?
I've turned down Forged in Fire 3 times. So,
why?
It's a Damascus making competition, and I don't make Damascus. So it's not like, oh, I could learn how to do that on the fly on the show. No, I'm just going to lose. And what's the point of spending a bunch of money and going to fucking New York and shit just to fucking get your ass kicked in a competition about something that you don't even fucking do?
Yeah, I mean, there's that.
My buddy Burkett Custom is going there sometime. I don't know. I'm not.
I mean, what piece of equipment would it take that you don't have? Like one of those giant fucking like 5-ton hammers or whatever?
I would need a hydraulic press and a power hammer.
And that's not cheap. That's a
hydraulic press is like $3,000 to $5,000. A power hammer is $3,000 to as much as you want to spend. There are power hammers that cost more than mansions. So,
all right. Well,
now you can get one that will do everything that you need it to do for probably $3,000 or $4,000, but that's still almost $10,000 in tools to do something that I don't really even give a fuck about. So,
yeah, no, I get it, dude. I get it. So, if I wanted like a Bowie knife or something, can you make me a Bowie knife?
Yeah.
But I want it to be Damascus. I'm just kidding.
No.
What if I paid you $4,000 for a Damascus Bowie knife? Then you could buy your fucking power hammer.
Well, I would buy Damascus from somebody and turn that into a knife instead of making it.
Just pocket the rest. You fuck. All right. Well, I'm not paying you $4,000 for a knife. I know that.
I know you don't have $4,000 for a knife. So.
I mean, there was a point not too long ago where, if I wanted to spend $4,000 on something, it wasn't out of the question.
I want a tungsten knife. Make me a tungsten knife.
Yeah, tungsten.
Yes, tungsten.
How long do you think it's going to be for them to get through all of the unemployment applications to get to mine, where I'm going to get any money?
Probably about 6 months, 6 weeks.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. There you go, dead horse.
Yeah.
Well, because I was looking at it, and like a normal day, they have like 400 unemployment applications in Denver, right? Like in a normal day, they have like 400. On Monday, they had like 6,000. On Tuesday, before 10 a.m., they had like 7,000. And by the end of the day, when mine finally got in, they probably had like 20. The next day, they had 10. The day after that, they had 8. So, sucks if you're like just filing it right now. Like you're fucking.
Have you tried going to the unemployment office?
Well, I'm saying like if you file it right now, you're like 30 or 40,000 people down on the list. Versus I'm like number 10 or 15,000 somewhere in there. You know.
So does this only apply to people who don't have a job, or can somebody who's
Matt's here.
able to work and put on the 10 helmets?
Matt's here.
Yeah, but he's not in the live thing. Come to the live thing, Matt.
Did you send him a link?
I told him where to find it.
What the?
What the fuck is going on here?
Oh, Fookie. It's just a swinging dick party, man.
I don't know. Like I was looking into it on the live chat that I did earlier today, and it was like what do they have to do for every single application in order to pass it on to like get paid, right? And it's like,
oh shit, Matt, you've there you go.
Yeah, that's about fucking time.
You didn't show up for me because you were down low or something. I didn't know it didn't going over.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Hey Matt, you missed it. We were gonna all like put our cameras on and have 10 helmets on, so when you come in here, it's gonna be like, we're not allowed to talk to you because you don't have your government blocking helmet on.
Wow.
So this is the Shooting Right of Center podcast.
So we're talking about like overthrowing the government and stuff, and like crazy right wing craziness.
No, we're not.
You know, I like it when Matt's in the back room. Good things happen in the back room.
That's true. That's where all the fun happens.
It is.
All the sexy, sexy fun.
If you ever want to find out, just go to any concert that's a gay band and try to get backstage.
Oh, by the way, Matt, hey, I got about 2 pounds of hamburger meat. I'm willing to sell you at a slightly increased price. It's fresh, too. I bought it at the grocery store today.
Oh,
so,
okay, that's good.
Matt, how long do you think it will be for them to get to my unemployment application?
Well, it depends. I mean, Jesus Christ, it could.
Probably 6 weeks.
Well, no, I don't think it'll be that long.
No, because, okay, check this out. So I checked the Colorado Department of Unemployment, blah, 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 handbook today, which is written under normal circumstances under which they have, a couple hundred people per day, not a couple thousand like there has been for the past couple of days, or tens of thousands as there was on Tuesday, which is the day that I did it. So I'm assuming I'm like number 15,000-ish in line here. And for every single person, they have to verify employment. They have to verify income. They have to verify that you like got laid off for a reason or whatever. They have to approve it, and then they have to like mail out approval, and you have to go online and log in and stuff, and then they have to send you out a pay card. So
see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're gonna fast track it. I guarantee you, they are working overtime right now, and they are going to be overlooking a whole lot of shit. So,
especially if you're unemployed due to the virus, then they're just gonna be like throwing money at you. Be like, oh, here's some money.
I can't tell you how, but I almost guarantee you, even if they're like everyone in the U.S. gets $1,000, I ain't gonna get shit. I play money.
Oh, I wish they would just start throwing money at people.
That's why they're voting on a bill next week.
Well, didn't they pass a bill today?
Seriously, they're going to give everybody $1,000.
No. What it's going to be based on how many dependents you have, how many people they got, and how much income you have. Okay, so for instance, I would definitely get more money than Roro because I got kids and a wife and all that kind of stuff, and I'm the so I mean it's going to be based off that, but that's kids. And it's supposed to be everybody would get a check. I think they said by April 13th, and then everybody would get another check sometime in May. So it'd be split up. You'd get 2 payments, one in April and one in May.
Gun money.
So they did pass a bill today, unless I'm mistaken, saying that basically they're going to pay everybody unemployment at 100% instead of 30%. Did you guys hear about that?
Mm-mm.
What's that?
They put $500 million,
30% versus.
So like when you go on unemployment, they only pay you like 33 or whatever % of what you made when you were actually making money.
That must be a Colorado thing, because that's not how it is in Texas.
No, it's not 60% here in Texas.
Texas, no. The way it is in Texas is they go back 5 or is it 8? I think they go back 8 years, and they take the average you've made over 8 years, and that's how much you get.
Oh,
so
wow.
if you had one really good job and one really shitty job, they equal out to an okay job as far as your paycheck.
Oh, I'm thinking. Is
there like a limit to how much they pay you? Because like here, there's like
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Like
there might be
$90. I think is the maximum that you can make. I mean,
honestly,
before
I
any
don't know.
bills were passed or anything, anyway.
How's y'all's disability over there in Colorado? Like, how much disability do you get?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, here in Texas, it's 60%. But you also take into account, even though you don't get a lot of money, you're not using gas. You're not buying lunches every day,
and you're getting medical benefits too.
And yeah, exactly. So you're probably coming out even, if just a little bit even.
I don't know, man. All this socialism shit kind of sucks.
But I have a big
here's what's
question.
going to happen, though, man. I mean, here's what's going to happen is we're going to spend all of this money fucking paying everybody to do nothing, like further making the dollar worth less and less because they're just spending it like candy, dude. And like throwing it at the stock market, they're throwing it at everything. And so like when we finally do go back to work, it's going to be like, okay, I want a candy bar, $20, you know?
No, man, that's not going to be the issue. With the way things are headed right now, they're throwing a bunch of money that they're just pulling out of the fucking government, which is borrowing money from God knows who. Well, we're going to default on our loans, and then that's going to go away, and then we're going to be in a full economic collapse because no one has any fucking money, and shit's going to get really, really, really bad if that happens. So, the reason that I've been obsessing over, we need to take care of the national fucking debt for the last 10 years is because of that, because that will kill our country. Like,
that brings me back to the Hegelian dialectic thing that I was talking about earlier. Like, we're going to end up in a situation where, like, we're fucked, dude, and we, really need some help. And they're going to swoop in with some, like, fucking help with, like, stipulations.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know
time that we just all gather our shit. We should all gather our shit, move to Alaska, and then start our own country and, like, secede and shit.
I'm all for that.
We totally should.
I just have a simple question. I'm old country boy from East Texas, so I really don't understand this. But they're like, we're gonna give away $100 trillion or whatever to everybody. Where's this money coming from?
It's being borrowed in your name from China, and then it is being given out indiscriminately. And then whenever they run out of money to borrow, that's when the funnel stops, and that's when everyone fucking goes nuts.
So So it's been a while since I took high school economics, but I've always thought the more money you print, the less valuable it becomes.
It depends. Right now, we're on the petrodollar, which is all about the fact that all oil is traded in U.S. currency.
Yeah, what happens when
It's only done that because it's a stable currency. So as soon as it's not a stable currency, it won't be traded for fucking oil, and then it'll be worth even less. Like, the thing keeping our dollar worth money right now is the fact that you have to use it to buy oil.
And it's weird how gas is continuing to go down in price. And I think
that's because Yep. Well, I know that because we've manufactured so much gas leading to summertime. They manufacture more gas and more people are going to be traveling. Well, that didn't happen, so there's an excess of gasoline now.
Right. So now all of those oil fields are starting to shut down and like slow down and lay people off and like I was talking to Tara earlier on my Discord, and she was talking about how like she like delivers chemicals and stuff for these fields, and they're slowing down like crazy and like laying people off and like.
But eventually it'll bounce back.
Turn that faucet off, man. It's harder to turn back on.
Well, they'll slow down. They'll cut production to like 50% until it catches back up, and then they'll go back. Basically, if the gas isn't like $2.50 a gallon, the oil companies are not making money.
Guy that comments has a good point. That's that if everybody is fucking needing money and everybody pulls out $1,000 to get them through this shit out of banks, that's going to be bad.
Dude, I wish I had $1,000 in the bank.
No, I'm just saying, like, if everyone who has any money in banks pulls out a significant amount of it, like, no bank can take that. That's just as bad as any of this shit.
Or how about us take some of that real nice and clean Bloomberg money? You know, he has plenty to pass around.
Dead Horse says China has subdued the virus. China subdued the virus by fucking forcing people to like stay in their houses and shit like they're talking about doing.
China subdued the virus because anybody who had a sniffly nose they shot with an AK and moved on to the next person.
Well, they did
burn the body.
About that.
Yeah, dude, fucking shit's go. Like, it was not a good place to be, China, for the last little bit, I bet, dude. Just being like a normal
I
citizen
don't think it's going to be that much better.
It was never good to be in China when everything was going great.
What you said, Roro?
I don't think it's going to be that much better here in the end, man. If things get better.
Yeah, but this is America. Bad things don't happen to America.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, well, the thing is, all this like diversity that we have in our country is going to fucking work against us when all of a sudden, if you can't trust your neighbor, you know.
Tell you what, just don't go around me with a boogery nose. We'll be okay.
I don't know, man. I could just see shit in Denver going crazy because, like,
well, yeah,
like,
but
think
that's
about how many people like me are out there who worked at a fucking normal waiting tables or bartending job, and they're living in Denver where rent is fucking outrageous, and they've just been scrimping by every month and just barely making it, right? And then this thing comes along, and you apply for unemployment, and it takes them 6, 8, 10, 12, however many weeks, hopefully not that long, to get back to you in order to get you your money so that you can pay for food. And in the meantime, there's like literally soup and bread lines in Denver where you can go and stand with homeless people and wait. There's 3,000 of them outside of the fucking outside of Coors Field in downtown, dude. Like literally, I drove by. I wish that I wasn't driving and I had like access to my camera. I would have recorded it. How many fucking like the sea of disgusting humanity that lives outside of Coors Field. I'm never going there again for a game. You catch hepatitis that way, dude.
You've obviously never been to East Texas.
No, dude, you obviously don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because you're making it a joke when it's not a fucking joke how fucking awful this shit is, dude. Like, seriously, shut the fuck up if that's what you're going to fucking do.
No, I mean, it's an
I'm sorry, but I've
epidemic.
been
It's
pissed
everywhere.
off these last couple of days because this shit's been affecting me. It's been hitting me in the fucking nuts hard. And everyone just thinks that I'm just like fucking being like, fuck this shit, dude. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck you for fucking being like that. This shit's fucking serious, man. Like, this isn't a fucking joke. This is affecting people. This is going to affect people. Like, we're all going to be fucked because of this if we don't fucking pay attention and fucking hold on to our rights with both hands, with both fucking eyes open. Because you close one, you're going to get hit in the side of the fucking head. Sorry.
See, I don't think it's quite that big a deal just because I don't want to stress out about shit or whatever, but it is that big a deal. So
Fine, don't stress out about it and then get hit in the side of the head because that's what's going to happen.
Well, yeah. I guess enjoy having a coronary about something that's out of your control.
I don't know, dude. I don't have a job right now. I don't have the potential to get a job. I'm supposed to be in unemployment. I don't know how long that's going to be. Like, I've got limited amount in my bank account, which is going to be fucking running out real quick here unless something happens. And I don't know how long anything's going to fucking hold together for anybody else around me. There's literally like 7 million people in Colorado who are like, fuck right now.
I wasn't exaggerating when I said I think this is our generation's Great Depression or whatever, because like when the Great Depression happened, people ended up moving across the country, not because, oh, I need a job, but because, oh, I don't have anywhere to fucking live. So they fucking moved to California and shit. Like they had nowhere to live, no way to make money, no way to get food. That's why they moved. Like that shit could happen again easily. Not sure where he left. I guess you scared him away.
Yeah, because I got pissed. Because I'm an angry man. Because I'm fucking angry right now. Right. I don't know,
You're
dude.
a very angry man.
Maybe I'm wrong, dude. I hope I'm wrong.
Bro, look, here's the deal. Here's the deal. This could all be the worst fucking thing that ever happens in our entire lives, and we should prepare accordingly. But chances are it won't be. Chances are it's going to suck for a while, and it's going to be hard for a while. And some of us are going to have to make shitty decisions, and some of them are going to have to make, do things that we don't fucking want to do. But in the end, we're all gonna be all right. All right, this shit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's gonna suck. It already sucks. It already fucking sucks, and it's probably not gonna get better yet.
Restaurant made it suck, Matt. Like,
yeah.
Well, this is the least amount that it's gonna suck right now.
Exactly.
Like, every day, it's gonna suck a little bit more for somebody out there, which means cumulatively, it sucks a little bit more for all of us, right?
Yeah.
Every day that goes by, it's like fucking someone's lower on money, and someone's business is further behind. And
country from a week ago, man. Like, shit is changing quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time. I mean, you were talking about the fucking National Guard being called out. Yes, that's part of the fucking white papers. That's part of the plan. And next, it's the blue helmets, dude. The blue helmets are coming. Call me fucking Paul Revere.
Well, if the blue helmets do come, I think they're going to have an interesting time of things, because I don't think anyone is going to fucking think that they're going to be helping us.
No,
not anyone.
They're not going to be there to help us. They're going to be there to disarm. They're going to be there to control. They're going to be there to order around, and they're going to be there to make us comply.
Yep.
And what orders are we going to be complying to? It's going to be NATO. It's going to be the World Health Organization and whatever recommendations they make. And if part of that is moving people into different areas, it's moving people into different areas. And if they're moving you into a different area, they're not going to be like, yeah, grab your guns and come on. Don't get on the truck.
If I wanted to destroy the U.S., I couldn't think of a better way to do it than what we're doing right now.
Don't get on the truck. Don't take the shot.
I mean, maybe like killing critical infrastructure, blowing up power stations, that sort of thing, that would do it too. But like some sort of fucking viral pandemic that scares us into fucking giving away our own freedoms, it's a pretty fucking effective means to do that shit.
Don't leave your house. Don't let them force you out of your own home. Like, these are the things that they're going to try to do. And try to take your guns. They're going to try to move you out of your house. They're going to try to fucking scare you into thinking it's the only thing that you can do. They're going to try to give you a shot. And I don't think any of those things are going to be good for you.
I'm just going to say, if someone tries to move you out of your house and put you into a camp, that's in no way going to be good for you.
I mean, the ultimate
goal,
if you look at Agenda 21, is to have everyone living in these population centers that are like huge metropolises of people, and then vast distances in between connected by trains, like maglev trains, and everything else is nature. Just back to nature for the rest of the world.
Back to nature that you can't fucking live in.
Unless you're one of those people that it's on the list, then you can have access. But if you're one of the normies, then you can never leave the city without a pass. Yeah, that's what they want. How do they get that? Maybe it's a pandemic.
I don't know. I'm kind of done with the conspiracy theory fucking shit, though. To be honest.
Sorry.
Like, I don't know. Could that be this? Maybe. Oh, we got someone else joining us. Oh, it's Triple Dipple again.
I fell out like 30 minutes ago.
See, I thought that I hurt you and made you sad. I'm sorry.
Well, I thought you just left.
No, I fell out, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, shit.
I hate this fucking having to be added back in bullshit on fucking StreamYard.
See, I thought I pissed off Honda. You know, it pissed me off. Don't bring him back.
Honda does not control this chat.
He made me angry. Don't bring him back.
The dude does not abide.
Okay, like Yankee. I don't say shit offensive, yell at each other, call each other asshole, and then be, Well, let's talk with him again tomorrow.
I saw a meme yesterday that was Walter from The Big Lebowski, and it said, "Not Chinese virus, dude. Asian American virus." I thought it was fun.
I'm fond to calling it the Wuhan whoopsie.
Wuhan flu.
The whoopsie! Yeah. I dropped I dropped a vowel and it broke on the floor. Whoopsie.
See, I'm liking the Flugaloo.
Flugaloo. Oh, what is this shit? $8.99 for an SKS sling? That's robbery. Kiss my ass.
Wow, $900? Must be cheaper than dirt.
$8.99 for an SKS sling.
I hate every time I fucking talk about cheaper than dirt anywhere, I get some little fuckwit going, "That's capitalism." And if I have to hear that again, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit from somebody.
Did you see Mr. Guns and Gears video about this? He's saying, "Oh no, it's economics and whatnot," and he's sponsored. It sounded like he was apologizing for them, and I'm like,
well, because he's sponsored by them. That's where he gets his money.
Mr. Clean looking motherfucker. Stank muted. He doesn't want to talk about this.
Strangely clean. Strangely well kempt person. Suspiciously.
Mr. Clean.
Mr. Clean looking ass.
Boogaflu. I like Boogaflu.
Boogaflu.
Flugaloo is better though, I think. It rolls off the tongue.
Flugaloo.
I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong about everything I'm saying.
Remember the old saying, "This too shall pass." I don't know where that came from.
Wow. Well, it usually refers to some sort of shit.
Well, that will pass, and soon this too shall pass.
How was your chat with Yankee? I didn't watch it there. Never enough Yankee.
This is the official rebuttal chat to Yankee's chat, even though none of us watched it. He's wrong.
Yeah. Yankee's a dick.
He is wrong.
Let's just talk shit about Yankee the whole time.
We should just talk shit about Yankee. We're starting a feud, damn it.
I don't feud? Why do we have to feud?
Because it's fun.
What has Yankee said? I mean, there's got to be something in the past that he said that you were just like, Yankee, shut the fuck up, you know?
Well, yeah,
we've all said something that somebody said that to you.
Anytime you argue with Yankee, the reason that he and G-Webs, I guess, still talk to each other is because they argue in kind of the same way, which is that they take whatever point that you were trying to make, take it to its most absurd conclusion, make fun of it, take it to someplace you weren't going to go with that argument, and then use that as your entire argument.
And then make you try to like argue that point against it. Yeah, I mean that's
fucking ridiculous.
Or just start yelling that way, or just start yelling where you can't get a word in.
Everything I have an issue with fucking Yankee with that he ever said was when he took something I said out of context and completely fucking ran away with it or whatever. Like, there's nothing in particular that I'm like just in total disagreement with Yankee about, other than maybe that like.
I'm gonna start looking through his old shit. You remember when you said this 8 years ago? I'm still pissed off about that. Kiss my ass.
On September 27th, 1974, you said, and I quote, that revolvers suck dick. Can I get a comment on that?
We were at remember when you was 24 and we were at the club together? I wanted it. You took away my girlfriend. or whatever. Yeah, but it's some absurd shit. I offered to buy you a drink, and you said you don't drink, you dick. I'm still pissed off about that.
So, what do you think about all like the suspension of law going on right now?
I think it's bullshit.
That's not here in Texas.
Hey man, I just like that I can go to New Jersey and steal cars.
I mean, did you read the Philadelphia paper? They're detaining anyone who breaks the law and then releasing them back out into the wild and letting another department deal with it whenever they get around to it.
Well, that's how I deal with possums, man.
That's what police have always done historically with vagrants, basically.
Yeah.
All right, get in the truck. Which way you going? I'll take you to the next town and drop them off.
What happens when like a whole bunch of people like figure that out, that they can basically just like get arrested and then they get released? They're not really arrested; they're just released.
Or this could be a carefully
so now you got like the Flugaloo ends right now. The Flugaloo's over, and you've got like 10,000 freaking court cases waiting in your court when you get back to court. There, judge.
Or this could be
like
a carefully laid plan by the police.
Now you have to serve warrants for them because they didn't show up for court. And
I think this just illustrates the point that our fucking legal system, prison
Doesn't
system,
work.
the whole thing is fucked up from the get-go because we fucking worry about a bunch of shit that we shouldn't worry about.
I think y'all are all wrong. I think this is a carefully executed plan by the police to catch a whole bunch of criminals all of a sudden very easily with a minimal amount of work.
Well, maybe. I doubt it.
Hey, we're not prosecuting for these crimes. And then, wait till they start doing them crimes, catch them, be like, ha, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, see, my thing is they didn't have like armed robbery, murder, and fucking like political bombings and shit on the list. So it's nothing I really want to do.
I can't remember what they had before, but I seen an ad where it said, I think it was when Ebola, and they said, hey, free Ebola testing on all meth that comes in the front door. We'll test you. Afraid it might have Ebola, we'll test your meth for you. And like people actually got arrested for coming inside asking for them to test their meth.
Anyone who does meth is fucking stupid. Like that's like the litmus test of fucking whether you're stupid or not is to see what meth can do to someone and then go, that sounds like fun.
Meth just rots you from the inside out. I
really
think I want to
does.
try
It's
some of
horrible.
that.
although, what is Adderall?
Meth without the shit that rots you, basically.
Without the diesel and freaking lighter fluid in it.
I don't know.
Over the counter.
Yeah, it's over the counter of what it is.
Well, it's also extended release, so it doesn't hit you as hard, and you don't have to high off of it.
Yeah.
You can crush it up and snort it. It works pretty well that way.
We're just
I wouldn't know,
Take it.
Honda. I just took my pills like a good boy.
So did I.
take it
So I
anally.
heard.
You take
So I
you
heard.
you take it anally, it'll work even faster.
Well, if it was in suppository form, yeah, but it's not.
Oh,
Well, you don't have to.
anything
Just stand on your head and have a friend really weird. Just sprinkle a little of the dust down.
I'm
up in
not
there.
comfortable with that kind of thing. I mean, if you're comfortable with it, that's fine. if Roro is comfortable with it, knock yourselves out. Me personally, no.
So
Hey,
can we
man,
talk about
somebody
punching
doing that who wanted it. I mean,
Grab your knees and spread your cheeks.
Hey man, you live your life. You be happy, okay? I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm just saying I don't want it. Okay?
It's very homophobic of you.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no, it's not. It really isn't.
So you're telling me you have never
Okay, so you're
chugged a
not
beer-
homophobic. So you're saying you don't mind having a D up your ass.
So what you're telling me is you have never chugged a beer with your butt.
I have not. No.
That was like
You
a
are a
chess
liar.
move.
Everybody
You back him
has.
into a corner.
Everybody's done that.
No, everyone has not.
Everyone has not done that.
I'm gonna go with no. Everyone has not.
Burn,
Although
burn.
I have had a twinge of vodka shot into my ass before, and that shit burned.
Well, that's just freaking one refinement away from being gasoline.
So like when you go to like a bar, sometimes like people will like take a shot from the bartender directly from the bottle. You've ever seen that? Like they put their head like they like lay their head down on the bar, and then the bartender
Oh,
like
I
pours a
have
shot.
seen that.
Okay, so I was like doing that for this girl one time, and I accidentally fucking like let this little droplet out of the bottle that went directly into her eyeball.
Oh God!
It was like one drop, dude, and I saw it in slow motion, and there was nothing I could do.
Oh.
As it turns out, alcohol burns.
Oh, yeah, that's what they call it. Alcohol.
What would you? What's your blue hat hunting gun?
Remington 700.
I'm going to be a little bit more traditional. I'm going to say my M1 Grand.
That's a good gun for that.
What's your blue hat hunting gun, Matt? The Strybog?
Oh no, I'd bring either the AK or the AR.
Yeah, I gotta say AK, man, for blue hats. That's the way to go.
I don't know. M1 Grand's pretty good.
Although the 4570 would make a pretty nice dent in those blue helmets.
Yeah. Well, the classic 45 HTP 1911 is real good too.
Well, I mean, like, you don't want to kill them that bad. I mean, like,
I don't think
like shooting mini nukes at people, right?
I don't think there's enough African volunteers for having them blue hats come up. I think we'd wipe them out. I don't think there's enough African volunteers to do anything.
Why do they have to be African?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those freaking documentaries? They get all their people from Africa.
Dude, like, the reason they're all fucking African is because that shit's happening in Africa.
Exactly, and they're saying, "Hey, we'll pay you $3 a day to freaking work for the UN," and they're all like, "Yay!"
So if that's the only job around, like let's say they're paying like $2,000 a week, something like that, you know, like good money.
The juice is right. None of us can afford 50 BMG.
And they're like, put on this blue helmet and go around.
They do in Africa. That's exactly what they do in Africa. They said, "There's no other jobs here. Put on this blue helmet and get shot at for $3 a day."
Hey, man, like, if $3 is enough to live on, I would put on a blue helmet for $3 a day. Then I get to fucking, like, be a stormtrooper and shit, man.
I'm doing
Except you can shoot.
I'm doing some jazz hands on the goggler. Let me see if I can figure out. Yeah. Okay. List. Okay, I have it listed of countries by number of UN peacekeepers. Number 1 is Ethiopia with 7,500. Second is Rwanda with 65. 3 is Bangladesh, 64. 4 is India, 63. Yeah, the top 2 are freaking African countries. 13, Morocco, Chad, Burkina. What ethnic people live in Burkina Faso?
I don't even know where that is.
I don't either. Burkina Faso.
It's
in Africa. That's another African country. Okay.
Is it like Brunei or something? Like,
no, it's well, I mean, it's the population of Burkina Faso is only like 20 million. It's like it's in Africa. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, it's Zambia, Uruguay, Niger, Cameroon, South Africa.
Make sure you say that right.
Yeah. What was that one?
Very lucky that Dick Cameron can actually pronounce Niger.
Yeah, I know how to pronounce it proper.
Be careful.
And
you damn naggers.
My question is, are the Africans who live in Chad, the ones from Chad, are they Chads?
Probably.
They're just a bunch of Chads. So they're like, you know what? Let's just name the country.
They're running around the desert all day, man. Chad.
Some white guy discovered it and said, "Let's name this after me."
He was the first.
Some very, very white guy decided to name that country after him.
Dude, like, have you ever been to like any of that like old Rhodesia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, any of those?
There's only one person in the UN in the blue helmet sets from Iran. One person.
Dude, like every fucking picture I've ever seen of those places, there's like these rich white dudes that own the land, and then like a million black people. I'm like, wow.
Well, have you ever looked into the history of South Africa and like how it was founded and stuff by the Boer back in the day, and like basically like there was like these tribal wars that happened between like the indigenous people already living in South Africa. And by the time the Bora people got there, it was basically uninhabited. Like no one lived there because they'd all killed each other off.
Are you talking about the Boers?
Yeah, Boers, whatever the fuck they're called. So they like moved in. This was like 1776, like the same time we were moving here, they were moving there, right?
Yeah.
And like they built farms and like tilled the land and transformed it and made it the most like richest country in Africa, right? Because of the agriculture that they were able to bring to it and implement in South Africa. And then fast forward to today, and they're like, you have to give us the land back, like these like intergenerational farms that have been passed down from family to family from 1776 to now, saying that they've stole the land from the people who indigenously lived there in the first place, even though they had already killed each other off and there was no one there in the land to begin with. Dude, and then rather than like moving on to the land, so they sell it to the indigenous people, quote unquote. They move on to the land, or they don't. But what they do is they sell it, and then no one produces any food.
There were people in fucking South Africa when they got there. Look up the Zulus and shit, or any of that fucking.
Yeah, but they were not there very long once they got there.
Yeah.
No. There were some people there, but like comparatively to the population of today, like there was barely anybody there. Like it was.
But they went U.S. Army all over them and wiped them out like they did the Indians.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how the British are all like, y'all kill off all y'all's native peoples. I said, last I checked, y'all have killed millions and millions of Africans.
England killed off the native peoples of the world. Where's that way?
England traveled the world and met with many rare and indigenous cultures and killed them.
They met with many fascinating individuals who they then killed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all those Martini Henrys, man.
Martini Henrys and freaking Lee Enfields.
It was the Martini Henry that they had for like a really long time, right?
Well, yeah, that was like their 40. That was their trapdoor.
The 1890s.
Well, you need to watch Zulu.
Shaka Zulu.
No, not Shaka Zulu. Just watch the Zulu movie. It shows the Britain's Alamo.
Yeah.
It's pretty bitchin', and I don't use the word bitchin' very often.
I always loved that movie. I always wanted a Martini Henry and shit, and you can't ever find ammo for it, so it's kind of a boner killer.
4.55, you can reload it if you really... Or just get you one of the martinis that are chambered in .303 British.
I had one. I had a little artillery carbine I wish I hadn't sold.
Oh, I wish I had one. I want one. I need a Lee Enfield. I don't have one.
So I was reading about the Israeli troops during, I forget which war it was. It was like post World War II, kind of thing. Like where some of those
3-day war.
Yeah, I think that was probably it. So they couldn't get brass imported because they were all in an embargo. Like all the countries around them wouldn't allow like trade. So the one thing that they could get was lipstick from Italy that came in brass cases that they could then press out to make shell casings. So they ordered like a shit ton of lipstick.
Why ain't they some industrious little fellows?
Too. And the thing that doesn't make sense to me is you would have to melt that down. And the way they made it sound in the thing was like, oh, we just worked these into fucking shell casings. That's not how that would work. You'd have to melt it down and like cast the shit or something.
Well, my God, it's already 200 degrees in their country. They really don't need much to melt it down.
Yeah. I'm just saying I could get better brass to do that with than lipstick cases.
Lipsticks.
Rossi 92, how's it sound?
Sounds good, but you know what sounds better?
Shotgun?
Yeah, 12 gauge. Mossberg 500 tactical.
I like the shotgun.
I'm waiting for you to fuck up and accidentally rack around. Well, shit, I got.
Oh yeah, let's play a game. Let's play a game. What gun is this?
AK.
Thank you. All right. That's a pass. Hold on, let me grab another one.
What gun is this? I can make noise.
Well, seeing as how you have a revolver, I'm going to go with that.
It is a
No,
revolver.
that's a shotgun. All right.
If we all do this at the same time, it's way less cool.
All right. What about this? You probably get this one.
AR.
No, that's
Very
not
good.
an AR.
Very
That
good.
wasn't an AR.
Yes, it was. You didn't hear the spring noise? That's how I know it's an AR. Do it
No.
again. Do it again.
All right. Hold on.
Okay, yeah.
You heard that spring? That
Yeah.
that gives away an AR. If you hear that spring making noises,
It's like,
yeah, it's an AR.
Well, I hear, and you hear the buffer tube, the hollow sound of the buffer tube when you pull it
Yeah.
back.
Okay. What about this one?
I don't
That's
know
what it
that.
sounds like a lever action. Wait,
No, that's too many.
that's too
actions.
many. That's,
That's
AK.
too.
that's like 4 noises. What the fuck are you?
That's an AK, isn't that?
It's
You already
Russian.
did, you already did the AK.
No, that's
SKS.
Oh, it's a
Mosin.
Mosin. It's fucking
Mosin.
Mosin.
I got
That's
it.
why it sounds fucked up because that Mosin was raped until it could
Yeah.
barely make noise.
The only noises it makes now are, please help me forget.
All right. What
You
about
got
this
a,
one?
you got a double barrel.
What about this one?
That's a double barrel.
Want it again?
Honestly, they all sound like shotguns over my headphones.
Well, that one was a shotgun, so there you go.
There you go.
Oop, hold on. What about this one?
Oh, that's a handgun. I don't know what, but it's probably your fucking Canic.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the only one he has.
Wow.
All right, here's a trick one. You probably don't know that I have this one. So if you get this, bonus points.
I mean, it's a handgun, but I don't know
It's
what
a
it
Glock-
is.
Glock 19.
So, I think we should do trivia.
Trivia.
Well, since you're asking the questions, maybe the rest of us will have a chance.
That's my thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
or probably not. But should be gun trivia, geek trivia. What should we do?
It's up to you.
We should talk about the new Marvel characters again.
No.
Hey, Matt, have you been on Classic lately?
No, I have not. Why? What's on Classic? What's up?
Beretta M1951 9mm for $250.
That's a single stack.
Yeah, single stack. Yeah, basically
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the predecessor to the 92.
Yeah.
I got one more. It's a handgun. You
I'd rather
know
buy
that
one
I
of their-
have it.
I'd rather buy one of their Tokarevs for $220.
What does that sound like?
A 1911.
Yes.
Okay.
Cheaper 1911. I'm gonna guess Rock Island.
Shit.
I heard that shit. Clunk, 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 clunk.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
They want that 1911.
I'm gonna blame that on Honda.
Get you one of those,
Go
man.
for
If you get you one of those Talkroff, get the ones with the trigger dingus on it. You can pull that trigger out and put a normal trigger in there. That way, it's actually the way it's supposed to be.
And that's what this one is.
Oh yeah, that just sounds freaking like built with a freaking dull bit. Ooh, Red Army Makarov. Let's see, $34 a box.
So let's go with gun trivia. Say your name to get called, I guess, and see. What caliber shares the same case head as 7.62 Tokarev that we commonly use?
Honda.
Me,
Honda.
I'm gonna go with 9x19.
no.
True.
Me,
Also accepted 9mm. What?
I
What do
thought
you
it was. Oh, I thought it was 32. Wait, what are we talking about?
I thought it was
Come here,
32 as well.
Yeah.
7.62 Toke is the same
Oh.
case head as 9mm or 380.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, the casing size. I was thinking
Yeah.
a fucking bullet.
See, I'm just thinking of these off the top of my head. What was the first practical semi-automatic shotgun?
Oh, Jesus, I don't fucking know.
Oh shit!
Something Browning made.
You know what? Might Strike.
Hammerbush. Oh,
Night Strike.
The Auto 5.
Correct.
I was gonna say that.
I could totally make up a question that there is no answer to. The MAC in MAC 10 stands for what?
Military. Okay. I don't know.
Okay. Military Armament Corporation.
I knew it was military something.
Okay,
Oh, she's just good
I'm
at
not
Googling
considering
shit.
Honda.
Ooh,
I don't know who won
SKS
that.
is
I
on
wasn't
sale
here
again.
before, so I like SKSs.
They're on sale again.
$299.
$2.99. And these ain't even the cracked stuff. This is the good stuff. This
Well,
ain't even the cracked up mess.
I would be worried about it because of where they're from.
What, China?
Yeah.
The ones I have, though, I bought one and it's
They've sat in
fantastic.
Ethiopia for about 30 years, so I think you're good.
Yeah, you might be.
I don't know. Mine's good. Matt, his is good. His is cracked to shit, but
Yep.
still works good.
Mine
You
gotta-
shoot
you-
worse
Matt's
shit.
actually missing a giant chunk of wood, and he's just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna refinish it."
Well, I mean,
Why
it
wasn't
doesn't.
it-
Yeah, and you didn't even notice until after you were done.
Yeah,
What? No, it had a crack.
no, like that huge piece of wood up by the receiver.
Oh, up at the top. Yeah. I didn't even fucking notice that shit.
Right.
Didn't even fucking notice it. Yeah.
Hey, I'll send y'all a picture when I can. I don't have it with me, but on my SKS I bought, the serial number is 000834.
Nice. Yeah, dude. Like the one saving grace of that stock though is the way that it's cracked. It doesn't look like it still looks okay because it's like a straight crack that just goes along the edge of the receiver.
So,
But then when you look at it like one side then the other, you're like, oh,
speaking of SKS stocks, did you hear that Tapco is out of business?
Yep.
Good.
I think it was a
Yeah.
while back, but
Now Nexstar needs to go out of business right behind them.
the NC Star doesn't need to go to business.
No, when he's going to business, it's fucking Pro Mag.
Pro Mac, yes.
also needs to go out of business.
Tapco magazines at least fucking work.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Maybe
you know,
until they stop working.
y'all talk about Nexstar. However, their SKS
Star.
stripper clips are actually not bad. NC Star, whatever. Their SKS stripper clips ain't too bad.
Well, they aren't as good as the military one.
Well, yeah, but where are you gonna find military ones that are $1 a piece?
Well, you can buy them on eBay. They're only a couple bucks a piece. I wouldn't buy anything but military ones because all of the fucking NC Star or whatever they are jam the fuck up on me.
I don't know. I must have got a good batch because all mine work. So
What color are they?
black, they're like black.
Do they have any markings on them?
Nope.
okay, I got one more for you.
Sometimes
this one?
the NC Star ones are Chinese military strippers just repackaged.
Maybe they are. I'll have to look.
Usually,
What is
Chinese
this one?
military clips are gray and they have little triangles on the back.
I'll look. Do it again.
Chinese military strippers will be the name of the next chat.
that
Delicious.
sounds like a 22. You're chambering.
What kind of 22?
Ruger 22 pistol.
Ruger 1022.
Oh well,
That would have been my guess.
I don't know. I don't own a 1022.
Neither do I.
I own a proper 22. I own a Model 60.
I like this little 1022, man. It's
You've
like
obviously
polymer
never-
stock.
You
It's got a
haven't.
threaded barrel on it, and it's got the fucking Picatinny rail on top, so you can put a red dot on it. I
The
like
Model
it.
60
So-
will run circles around the 1022 and
Yeah.
always has.
Not to deviate this conversation, but I'm going to because it's my chat. What is your favorite gun company? That'd be interesting.
Overall,
Overall.
I think a company that pretty much makes nothing but good guns, and so I would kind of classify them as my favorite, is probably Smith & Wesson. So I can't think of a bad Smith & Wesson gun. Their ARs are good. Their shotguns are good. Their revolvers are good.
I definitely see the argument for Smith & Wesson. In fact, that used to be mine, and now I kind of keep leaning more and more to Ruger.
That 5.94.5 or whatever that gun was, that handgun, it was kind of crap.
Like, I don't like all of Ruger's guns, but I really like some of their revolvers, and I really like their 22 and some of their bolt actions.
My personal favorite.
They make AR-15s.
My personal favorite. I don't know if you would like. I don't know if it would be a gun company or what, but it would be Springfield Armory.
Yeah,
I'm serious. Not Springfield Armory Inc. I'm talking about Springfield Armory that the government ran.
I thought you were just trolling Matt.
Yes, I thought that's what was going on.
No. I'm talking about the original Springfield Armory, the one that made M1 Grand. Oh crap! What's that gun now? 1903 Springfield. The trapdoor, made all.
The U.S. military rifle from 1776 to fucking 1960 something was.
Exactly, they made M16s as well. So,
except for the 1898 or the 1898 series and 1899 series of Springfields, because those were just Krag Jorgensen's.
But they manufactured Krag Jorgensen.
You know what my favorite gun company is, honestly? Springfield Inc. The new one.
Man, I like the HS-2000 or whatever they fucking call it now.
Oh, you mean the XDM?
Yeah, I love the XDM. It's such a good pistol, isn't it, Matt?
Actually, the HS-2000 is not a bad pistol. It's the stupid one that. It was good before it got rebadged.
Did he just leave because of that? Really?
I think he did.
Well, I'm about to leave, guys, because I like 10% on my laptop right now, and I cannot find my charger.
Yeah, I need to plug back in. Speaking of that.
So.
Yeah. He just like this chat's stupid. I'm leaving.
If Matt doesn't come back soon, I think I'm gonna call it quits here in a minute too. I want to see if he comes back now, though.
To help Ellis keep his job, I am contractually obligated to say Palmetto State Armory is my favorite.
Palmetto State Armory, once they come out with a Glock, is going to be a compelling argument.
Yeah, I think honestly, I'd have to say, if I was being honest, it would be Palmetto State. Would be my my favorite gun company.
Their 1911s are a little more costly than the Rock Islands. I have gotten my hands on one and used one. And
they make 1911s?
On average?
They made 1911s, yes. And they still do.
Now, if we averaged out how good a company is, I would say Remington, because their average between good guns and bad guns, they're still really good.
Well, I would only say before Freedom Group, not after Freedom Group.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because the 700s, 870s, the original R51 was a good gun.
Because look how well Freedom Group has done to Remington. They folded both Bushmaster and DPMS.
Well, yeah, because they're running them into the ground.
Yeah.
H&K is not a good gun company, Juice. I'm sorry, it's just not.
No.
It's overpriced plastic crap.
I mean,
I do like FNH. Caracal sucks. LWRC is.
If I was going to choose two European manufacturers, I would probably choose FN, even though they make stuff here in the United States, and I'd probably also choose SIG, even though they make stuff here in the United States. Because
I do really like Barrett. I can't afford any of their shit.
Yeah, I like Barrett's too. I can't afford one. $8,000 for a used rifle? No thanks.
I don't know. I like my Rock River.
See, I never understood the Juice says LMT, Lewis Machine and Tool. So I'm like, I've never understood the obsession with LMT other than the fact that they make government contract shit. And I'm not really that interested in that. It's just, mostly it's overpriced in my opinion.
Well, the thing about government contract is like, they'll make this the specification like, oh, this is the the military specifications. So
buy
it's
from
like,
FN, they'll do the same thing.
And on some level, they're
Man.
like they test it to make sure that it meets like a certain level of durability and stuff like that. But really, the military specification is like, how cheaply can we build this? What is the cheapest material that we can make?
Well,
that will make.
I don't mind buying mil spec stuff. What I don't want to do is pay way more money for way shittier stuff. And
Right.
that's what I think happens occasionally when you go, man, this is the thing the military uses, and I'm going to buy the one from X company that is the one the military uses. Like if you go buy one of the FN M249 clones right now, it's like $10,000 for no particular reason other than the fact that it's made by FN and is the only semi-auto 249.
And they probably only really spend about $700 to make the damn thing.
Yeah, it's a super cheap thing to make.
Oh, he came back.
Yeah, he did.
I figure you've learned your lesson.
Sorry. You should know that I don't learn lessons, though, right? By now.
We realize that. So.
I don't know, man.
Matt, they had a compelling argument for Palmetto State Armory.
And what was that?
That basically they're the best gun company now because they make everything you could ever want, and it's all cheap.
It is true. That's a good argument, and they really, I think they've changed.
Well, now that they have a Glock
of gun manufacturing. Yeah, I mean they've kind of changed.
They make Glocks, they
gun
make
sales
1911s.
and how we buy guns and
AKs.
that kind of stuff. I mean, yeah, ARs, AKs.
If I went down the list of
1911s,
guns I
Glocks.
want to own, like Palmetto makes most of them now.
If they could, now imagine if they just jump in to start making a good bolt action.
If they started making a revolver or a couple different revolvers on top of their handguns they already make and all of the fucking rifles, I would be sold.
Yeah, I could get there. I
feel like a revolver is harder to make than a semi-auto.
Oh, it's way harder to make.
But I mean, if you got like the tooling from somebody else and it was not easy to set up, but like cheap to set up, cheaper than brand new, which like that's kind of how they do it, right? Like everyone else goes out of business and they just buy their shit for like pennies on the dollar and pass the savings on.
Well, the thing I like about Palmetto State Armory is that everything I've ever had from there, I thought was either acceptable quality to excellent quality, except for some lower parts kits and shit from their PTAC line that I thought were garbage. But
that's because PTAC's a different company that they just sell for them.
So with all that in mind and the fact that it's all cheap as fuck, like why don't you like Palmetto State Armory? Every time I see someone bitching about cheap AR-15s or Palmetto State Armory or Poverty Pony this or whatever on fucking Instagram or wherever it is, I'm just like, well, you're an idiot because the gun fucking works, and that's all I care about, really.
Well, especially the lower, dude. Like the lower receiver is just a hunk of metal. Like who cares what fucking insignia is on the side?
Now, I would say that, like,
anyway.
If Palmetto State guns had a reputation of being like, oh, well, in like 500 rounds, they start fucking having all of these issues, yeah, I wouldn't want that done. But they don't have that reputation. I've shot one to like at least a couple thousand rounds before, and it did just fine. And that was a PTAC. It wasn't even one of the good ones.
Dude, I own a PTAC, and it runs great. There's not a problem. The one that you identified as an AR-15 earlier, the sound, is a PTAC.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of PTAC uppers on some Anderson lowers, and they just work. I mean, they're not as well rounded as like the normal PSA stuff, but they'll still do the job.
My issue with the PTAC stuff was that their lower parts were weird and not what I wanted, and then on the upper, the barrel looked like it was like made by a 5-year-old or something. Like the finish on it was not good, and it just had like some bullshit laser engraving for the caliber marking. It wasn't stamped into the barrel.
Yeah,
I'm like, you can tell this is cheap.
Yeah, it's rough around the edges, but but here's the thing: it still works. It still functions. It still fires. So yeah, it may not be as aesthetically pleasing as maybe an FN barrel or a PSA classic barrel, but it will still do the job.
See, this one right here, this AR-15 is a PTAC upper with like the cheapest bolt carrier group that I could find with a New Frontier polymer complete lower that I got for like $100, dude. So this
you need to buy an
rifle,
aluminum blower for that gun, please.
Nope. Well, I have several ARs. This is just one of them. But like this is my like super cheap build, right?
Yeah.
I think I built this one for $300. And it runs.
The one I liked from Palmetto State were their pistol kits that they were doing that were like $269 or something, and came with a lower, including the brace. Like that's hard to beat.
I mean, if I was gonna sell an AR, that would be the one that I sell. Like, sorry, it's the shitty one, but I'm keeping.
Hey, right now it's actually worth more than you paid for it.
Yeah, probably. What are ARs going for right now?
Let's check PSA and see. Let's see.
Best I can figure, real world prices for arms list or whatever is that like 500 to 700 range for your typical AR, which is way better than they were doing because they were like $400 on arms around here.
Well, I bought that one for like literally about $300 because I think the upper was about $150, and so maybe $320, $330 with everything said and done.
Oh, they still got guns in stock.
It seems like most
prices have gone up.
Most people who buy AR-15s are willing to spend just a little bit more if it's already all together for them. I don't know why.
The prices on PSA right now, they've got 4 rifles actually in stock, range in price from $579 to $679.
Oh wow!
Depending on what you want. As far as already done, let's look at.
Just feel like a barreled upper receiver.
Well, let's look at rifle kits. They've got a whole bunch of rifle kits available, like tons of them. They've got probably 20.
People are out buying guns. Like people are buying ammo and toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like there's a few people buying guns that are like Democrats who never had a fucking gun.
Dude, you should have seen Academy today when I went to Academy. I shit you not. We stood there for a minute and I looked down and the rifle counter they had, or the gun counter they had, there was I want to say it was 26 people lined across. They had 5 people behind the counter. And these people aren't buying ammo. These people are waiting to get to guns. I've never seen that at Academy in my life.
People are buying guns. My ex bought a gun. My ex-father-in-law wants to buy a gun from me. Fucking like people who don't have anything to do with guns traditionally are looking at the situation right now and saying, "Fuck, I need a gun."
Well, that's what I'm saying though, is that it's all people that have never bought a gun before, and they're going out and buying one gun. It's not all of us fucking idiots going, "Oh my God, the Obama's coming," and buying 100 guns.
That's
true. What caused 2012. Like that's why there was a run on guns. I don't think that we're going to see a bunch of increased prices from this shit.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see available ammo.
You can still there's still plenty of options. I'm looking on PSA. You could easily build an AR-15 right now, no problem whatsoever.
Like from what I've heard, kits are available everywhere because people buying shit don't know that you can assemble stuff.
Yeah, dude, you can still build yourself a really cheap rifle right now.
The Juice says that he's busting our balls because he just likes top shelf stuff. I've had lots of top shelf guns. Like I had really fucking expensive guns. Like, I don't know. I like expensive guns. I like cheap guns. I like cheap guns just for the fact that they're cheap and cool usually.
I mean, the most expensive gun that I own is an AR-15 with an Echo trigger. And the thing that makes it expensive is the Echo trigger and the stock on it, you know?
Yeah.
I think the most expensive gun I've got is the C308.
The most expensive gun I ever bought was a Mac 11, and it was $3,000 when I bought it, and it was $10,000 when I sold it.
Yeah, I mean that AR probably cost me about $1,300 with all the parts on it.
Yeah, see, my most expensive gun is one of my ARs too, and I've got, I want to say about $1,700 in it. But that was cumulative over time. You know what I mean? Like I put it together, I put it together one way, and then I, was like, I'm gonna change this out. Oh no, I'm gonna change this out. Now I'm gonna change this out to get it to where it's at.
My first AR-15 was a Smith & Wesson M&P Optics Ready. That by the time I was done, the only thing left on that gun that was original was the upper and lower receiver and the barrel. Every other part had been changed.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that gun cost, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've got the CQR stock on it. It's a cool looking gun, and it's fucking badass with that echo trigger, man. Like, I swear to God, if you haven't played with one, you need to.
I've played with every version of those that came out there for a few years. I haven't played with the latest ones or whatever, but like everything through the Gen 3 Franklin Armory and the Gen 1 or Gen 2 of the fucking Fostech. And I didn't like the Fostech. You liked the Fostech for some reason. I can't figure that shit out, but I like the Franklin ones.
I mean, well, when I bought the Fostech, it was the Gen 1. I ordered it pre-order before they were even on the market because I was afraid that the ATF or whoever was going to be like, nah, you can't have that, right? And then, like I got it and all that stuff. It was like $550 when I bought it, which was ridiculous, but whatever. And the Franklins at that time didn't have the override mechanism in them, so you could outrun the bolt.
You can still do that. They've just fixed it somehow. I don't know exactly what they did, but on the Gen 3 Franklin Armory, I could not make it fucking outride it.
Right, but with the echo trigger, you just skip a beat if that happens, and then just keep going and it keeps firing. So, like, I guess if you're not used to that, it would kind of throw you off a little bit, maybe.
The thing I didn't like about the echo trigger was the feel of the trigger and the fact that I couldn't go as fast. On the fucking Franklin, it feels more like a GI trigger, and I can go pretty fast. And like I said, on the Gen 3, I never had it mess up once. When I had a Gen 2, it would mess up every once in a while, and then I would just fucking run the fucking bolt and be back in business. I didn't like that, but the Gen 3 I definitely did like.
God, I'm trying to go back and see which video this was where I posted shooting that thing. Oh, here.
I ran out of ammo too damn fast with that thing. That's why I ended up just going, I'll just have a regular semi-auto.
So this is the 40-round challenge. That's my nephew.
Let me add it.
And this is his first time ever shooting this gun.
There's sound?
There can be.
We've got a binary. We've got an echo trigger. So we're going to do right now, fastest 40-round challenge. Nephew versus uncle. Are you ready? Hold on. All right. Hit it.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to do it.
You got to take the camera now, sir. We're just going to keep it rolling. One cut, one way through. 40 rounds. Ready? Yep. 40 rounds.
So that's pretty freaking quick, man. I mean, that's not as fast as full auto, but that's pretty quick.
And when are you going to use that?
For fun usually, but maybe if like a bunch of dudes pop in, I'll flip the fun switch. I don't know.
You're gonna lay down some suppressive fire.
See, the way that I wanted to use mine was use a 2-round burst. And every shot I take, I'd be taking 2 shots, and it would increase the likelihood of me hitting. That was my plan.
It's pretty good for that too, actually. Like I was doing 50-yard 12-inch plates and double popping them like without even trying. You know, like you line up the sights for the first one, you just pull release real quick, and 2 rounds go off, and you hit low plate and high plate.
That, and the thing that I kept trying to do with mine was fucking get something in a fucking 308 that had at least a 50-round magazine with a binary trigger. Because then you have a pseudo kind of light machine gun thing. That's way more useful than a full auto AR-15.
I could put that echo trigger in. Well, no, I couldn't because it requires that bolt. Never mind.
So I built a G3 just to be that, or I bought a PTR 91 and swapped out a whole bunch of shit on it, trying to get it to be ready for the HK binary trigger thing that then just never fucking came on the market. Like it took, like they announced it and then it took like a year and a half to fucking come out. So I eventually got tired of waiting, but that was my plan.
Yeah, I mean, that thing's fun to shoot. Regardless of what it's useful for, it's fun to shoot. It does waste some ammo, though. That's for sure. Because that was 80 rounds right there.
Well, that's yet again, like, back to the whole it's a waste of ammo thing. Like, eventually, like, you're like, man, it's still not a machine gun, and now it costs a whole lot every time I go to the range.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, I can't even use, like, there's a range that's by my house, but they've got, like, that no more than 1 shot per second rule.
Yeah.
So if I did a mag dump over there, I'd get kicked out, you know?
The last one of those places I went to that said that I couldn't shoot more than so many whatevers a second, I had a machine gun, and I did it, and they kicked me out, and I was like, worth it.
Maybe, like, follow the rules for a minute until you're, like, sighted in and ready to go, and then be like, brap, brap, brap,
I got off 5 magazines before they had me stop.
They're like, what are you doing? Do they, like, freak out on you and shit?
Oh, yeah, they were freaking the fuck out. And they're like, it's illegal to have a machine gun. And I was like,
What?
FFL.
Wow.
Yeah. My boss at the time was taking bets on how fast it would take them to throw us out of there. He was fun. Oh, well, this is almost 2 hours of this shit now. So, any final thoughts?
No.
Yes. Protect yourself from the Flugaloo.
Yes, protect yourself from the Flugaloo, and Springfield Armory is the most bestest gun company ever, right, Matt?
No, it's not.
Matt thinks Springfield Armory is the best.
Fuck
Maybe the
Springfield
original
Armory.
Springfield Armory, not what the ink part, you know. The actual government armory, yes.
I really thought Cripple Nipple was just trolling you.
I thought he was too. Oh well, it'll be
Fucking
fine.
Crip Nip.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching the Shooting Right of Center podcast, or whatever I actually named this, although I thought that name was too funny not to use tonight. So
Roro's Hoedown.
I don't know when I'm going to be doing these either, so we'll see. This worked out tonight because Honda was already fucking doing shit with Night Strike. You still playing?
No, I beat him like within like 10 minutes of us playing, and then I destroyed Cripple Nipple too. So I thought, we're done.
So if we're ever like in a war for like the future of mankind, and Star Strudel is like the medium in which we're battling, Night Strike's going to win.
Yep.
I'll win this for us. All right.
And it's because he can play at home in his blue dress.
Yeah.
Hey! On St. Patrick's Day, it's green.
And on that note, see you guys. Bye.
Night Strike with the blue dress.